Meet the Johnson family, Jane, a nurse, and Mike, a teacher, who live in a small suburban town. Despite working full-time jobs, they constantly worry about money. Their story is not unique. Across the country, many middle-class families are finding it harder to make ends meet. Prices for everything from groceries to healthcare are rising, but their paychecks have stayed the same. The American dream of owning a home, sending kids to college, and retiring comfortably seems out of reach. Why is this happening? Even with a booming economy and low unemployment rates, the middle class is still getting crushed financially. In this video, we will explore the reasons behind this struggle and see how middle-class families like the Johnsons are coping with these challenges every day. Number 1. The shrinking middle class. The middle class used to be the backbone of America, but today, it's getting smaller. The middle class includes families who earn enough to cover basic needs, have a little extra for savings or fun, and can afford a few luxuries. However, the number of people in this group is shrinking. Years ago, many jobs paid well enough for one person to support a family. Today, that's much harder. In the past 30 years, middle-class incomes have not kept up with the rising costs of living. Things like healthcare, education, and housing have become much more expensive, but wages haven't increased as much. In 1980, over 60% of Americans were in the middle class. Now, it's closer to 50%. Many people who used to be in the middle class have fallen into lower income brackets because their wages didn't grow, but their expenses did. Meanwhile, a small group of people has become very rich, increasing the gap between the rich and everyone else. The shrinking middle class means fewer people have financial security. They live paycheck to paycheck and struggle to save money or invest in their future. This shift affects everyone, as a strong middle class is crucial for a healthy economy. Number 2. Stagnant wages versus rising costs. One major problem for the middle class is that wages have stayed the same while the cost of living keeps going up. This means people aren't earning enough to keep up with their expenses. For many years, the money people make from their jobs has not increased much. But the prices of things we need every day, like food, rent, and healthcare, have gone up a lot. Take housing, for example. The price of buying a house or even renting an apartment has soared in recent years. Many families spend a big part of their income just to keep a roof over their heads. Healthcare costs have also jumped, making it hard for people to afford medical care. Even basic groceries and utilities are more expensive than they used to be. A typical middle-class family might find that their paycheck covers less and less each year. They can't save money, and unexpected expenses can quickly become a big problem. Even though people are working hard, they're not getting ahead. This struggle to balance stagnant wages with rising costs leaves many feeling stuck and worried about the future. Without wage growth to match rising costs, middle-class families will continue to face financial stress and uncertainty. Number 3. The burden of debt. Debt is a huge problem for the middle class. Many families are drowning in debt from credit cards, student loans, and other loans. This debt makes it even harder to get ahead financially. Credit card debt is one of the biggest issues. People often use credit cards to cover everyday expenses when their paychecks aren't enough. Over time, the interest on these cards adds up, making the debt grow larger and larger. Student loans are another major burden. Many middle-class families take out loans to pay for college. While education is important, the cost of tuition has increased dramatically. Graduates often leave school with tens of thousands of dollars in debt. Paying off these loans can take decades, making it hard to save for a house or retirement. Car loans also add to the financial strain. Many families need cars to get to work and school, but buying a car often means taking on more debt. The payments and interest can be a big part of the monthly budget. The burden of debt keeps middle-class families from building wealth and achieving financial security. It's a heavy weight that makes every financial step forward feel like 2 steps back. Section 4. The housing market crisis. The housing market is a big problem for the middle class. Home prices have gone up a lot in recent years, making it hard for families to buy homes. Even renting has become very expensive. Buying a home used to be a key part of the American dream. But now, many middle-class families find it nearly impossible. In the past, a house might cost 3 times a family's annual income. Today, in many cities, it can cost 6 or 7 times their income. This means families need to save for many years just for a down payment. Renting isn't much easier. Rent prices have also gone up, taking a big chunk out of people's paychecks. In some places, rent can be as high as a mortgage payment, but without the benefit of owning property. This leaves little money for savings or other expenses. The high cost of housing makes it tough for middle-class families to find stability. Without affordable housing, it's hard to build wealth and plan for the future. The housing market crisis is a major barrier to achieving financial security. Number 5. Healthcare and insurance woes. Healthcare costs are a big worry for the middle class. Prices for doctor visits, medications, and medical procedures keep rising. Even with insurance, many people find it hard to afford the care they need. Health insurance is supposed to help with medical costs, but premiums, deductibles, and copays have gone up a lot. Families pay more each month for insurance, but still have to cover high out-of-pocket costs when they get sick. This means even minor illnesses or injuries can lead to big bills. Imagine, a visit to the emergency room can cost hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Prescription medications can also be very expensive, especially for people with chronic conditions. Some families skip needed care because they can't afford it, which can lead to more serious health problems later on. Healthcare and insurance costs are a heavy burden. They make it hard for middle-class families to stay healthy and financially secure. Without relief from these high costs, the financial strain will continue to grow. Number 6. The gig economy and job insecurity. The rise of the gig economy is changing the way people work, but not always for the better. Many middle-class workers are now doing gig or contract jobs instead of traditional full-time jobs. This can lead to financial insecurity. Gig jobs, like driving for ride-sharing apps or freelancing, offer flexibility but often come without benefits like health insurance, paid time off, or retirement plans. This makes it hard for workers to plan for the future or handle emergencies. Job insecurity is another big problem. Gig workers can lose their jobs quickly if demand drops or if they get poor reviews. Unlike traditional jobs, there's no guarantee of steady work or income. This unpredictability makes budgeting and saving very difficult. Take Maria, for example. She works as a freelance graphic designer. While she enjoys the flexibility, her income varies each month. Some months are good, but others are very slow, leaving her struggling to pay bills. Without the security of full-time employment, many middle-class families face constant financial stress. They worry about losing income and not having enough savings to fall back on. The gig economy, while offering new opportunities, often leaves workers with a fragile financial foundation, making it hard to achieve long-term stability. Number 7. The impact of policy decisions. Policy decisions play a big role in the financial health of the middle class. Changes in tax laws, healthcare policies, and social programs can either help or hurt middle-class families. Tax policies are one major area of impact. Recent tax cuts have often benefited the wealthy more than the middle class. While some middle-class families saw small tax breaks, the richest individuals and corporations received much larger benefits. This has increased the gap between the rich and everyone else. Healthcare policies also affect middle-class finances. Changes to healthcare laws can make insurance more expensive and reduce coverage options. When policies do not support affordable healthcare, families struggle with high medical bills and inadequate care. Social safety nets, like unemployment benefits and food assistance programs, are crucial for middle-class stability. Cuts to these programs can leave families without help when they need it most. For example, reducing unemployment benefits can make it hard for people to stay afloat while looking for a new job. Policy decisions have a direct impact on middle-class families. Supportive policies can provide much-needed relief, while harmful changes can increase financial strain. Advocating for fair and beneficial policies is essential for the well-being of the middle class. By addressing these challenges and working towards solutions, we can help make that dream a reality. Together, we can build a stronger, more resilient middle class and ensure that everyone has the opportunity to thrive. Now, if you want to learn how to achieve financial success, then watch this video next. And if you made it to this point of the video, please like and subscribe to the channel to see more content like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.